Hello students, welcome for today's e-learning session of Sri G.M. Donor Primary School, SPEI, Standard 7th, and subject of the day is Social Science. My dear students, today we are going to start the 8th chapter of our syllabus, that is Delhi during medieval period. So as the name suggests, this chapter deals with history part of our syllabus. Okay, so students, as we have studied in the chapter number 6, how Mughal Empire came into existence, how Shahabuddin established his rule in Delhi and extended his kingdom, and after him Qutbuddin Aibak ascended the throne, right, and became the founder of the slave dynasty. So here in this chapter we will study about Delhi during the medieval period in detail. So when was Delhi Sultanate formed? Yes, it was formed in 13th century. So after the death of Shahabuddin Ghori, Qutbuddin Aibak, who was one of his loyal slaves, became the ruler of Delhi. In this way, the slave dynasty started ruling over Delhi. It was not easy for him to establish his control in India, but he managed to administer. His son-in-law Iltutmish succeeded him and completed the construction of Qutub Minar, which was started by him. Its architecture is of the combination of both Hindu as well as the Muslim styles. So as you can see in the figure here, this place was capital during the Sultanate age. Iltutmish was also a slave earlier. He is known as the real founder of the slave dynasty, as he conquered many territories in India and made them a part of the Delhi Sultanate. Razia Sultana was his daughter, who ascended the throne after his death, when in 1236 Common Era. She was the first female ruler to rule. Also, she was an efficient ruler. She dressed herself as a male, and also she was more capable and efficient as compared to her brothers, but was not accepted as a ruler just because of being a woman, a lady. Also, she was disliked by Amir Umraus, hence her rule came to an end. But after her death, there was completely disorder in Sultanate for 6 years. Finally, Nasiruddin, who was the son of Iltutmish, was enthroned, and he ruled over for 21 years. After his death, Ghiyas-uddin Balban ascended the throne, who brought an end to the disorder as well as established peace. Balban was earlier the vizier of Nasiruddin for 20 years, and then he ruled as Sultan for about 22 years. Finally, the Khilji dynasty established its rule because his descendants were weak. Now, the things to know. So, students, Razia Sultana inscribed on stones and coins that she was Iltutmish's daughter. So, you must see how proud she felt. Okay. So, at the same time, the Rangal, that is Andhra Pradesh, was ruled by Kakatiya dynasty, and the ruler of this dynasty was Queen Rudrama Devi, who was opposite to that of Razia. She engraved her name like a man in her inscriptions. The second example here has been taken of Queen Didda, who once ruled over Kashmir, and she was affectionately called Didi by her subjects. Now let's move towards the Khilji dynasty. So this dynasty established its rule over Delhi within 4 years of Balban's death. Okay. So in this way the slave dynasty came to an end and the Khilji dynasty came into existence. By whom? By Jalaluddin Khilji. After that, his nephew and son-in-law, that is Alauddin Khilji, overthrew him and became the ruler of Delhi. He controlled the interference of ulemas and umraos in the administration of the state and also framed the strict rules to control prices. His court was adorned by Amir Khusro, who was one of the famous poets. After his death, complete disorder occurred again in the kingdom, resulting into establishment of the Tughlaq dynasty. Now, let's read about the Tughlaq dynasty. So, this dynasty was founded by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. By whom? Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. The postal services was started in this time, which was called as Dak Chowki. So what happened there? The horse riders used to carry the letters. Postmen were called as Halkaro. After Ghiyasuddin, Muhammad Tughlaq ascended the throne. So what did he plan? His plans were the transfer of capital from Delhi to Daulatabad and also to introducing the use of copper currency. Students, Ibn Battuta, an African traveler, visited India during his reign only. Hindu kingdom of Vijayanagar. So Alauddin Khilji was the first ruler to attack South India. Also he carried away enormous wealth from Devgiri. In the meanwhile, Malik Kafur destroyed the kingdom of Warangal. Hence, the condition of South India became worse. At the same time, the Hindu empire of Vijayanagar and the Bahmani Sultanate were also established in South India. The two brothers of the Jadhav clan, Harihara and Bukka, established the Vijayanagar kingdom under the inspiration of Swami Vidyaranya. And where did they establish their kingdom? Yeah, of course, in the south of Tungabhadra river. And within a short span of time, they extended their kingdom to Kanyakumari. After the death of Harihara, Bukka ascended the throne. But again, for his descendants being weak, a new dynasty came to power. In this way, Krishna Devaraya's rule flourished in South India. He constructed canals in South India with the help of an engineer Yomke. The architectures of his state were appreciated by the foreign travelers. But this glorious state was destroyed in the Battle of Talikota. The Bahmani Sultanate. So, students, Hassan, who was one of the efficient amirs, became the Sultan and founded the Bahmani Sultanate in Deccan. The minister of Bahmani Sultanate was Mahmud Gawan, who extended the boundaries of the kingdom by winning many territories. After his death, the power of the kingdom weakened, and after its downfall, many of his provinces became independent. And some of the examples here have been taken about Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda, Berar, and Bidar. These were some of the provinces among those which became independent. Okay, students. Now, end of Delhi Sultanate. So, in Delhi, after the death of Muhammad Tughlaq, the throne was ascended by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. From then, the Delhi Sultanate started becoming weaker. This reign has also witnessed the destruction by Taimur. Hence, Sayyid dynasty was established in Delhi. In around 1451, Balol, who was an Afghan leader, established the rule of the Lodi dynasty in Delhi. And after him, the throne was extended by his son, Sikandar Lodi. After his death, his elder brother was defeated by Ibrahim Lodi, who became the new ruler of Delhi. there was rebellion. So students, what do you mean by rebellion? Rebellion means unrest or disobedience. So there was disobedience against his rule, means his rules were not obeyed seriously. So at this time, Babur, who was the emperor of Kabul, invaded Delhi. Also, he defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the Battle of Panipat and founded the Mughal Empire. And this empire lasted for about 200 years. So students, here we have come towards the end of today's e-learning session. I hope that you have understood the chapter very well. But for your deep understanding in Hindi language, we have enclosed a link in PDF file. You just go through it, refer it, and then complete your writing work. Stay home, stay safe, and thanks. Have a nice day.